All right, welcome to the third review of the evening. Up this time is Millennium Runners. Race at breakneck speed through futuristic cities and breathtaking off-world circuits in this anti-gravity arcade racer. Choose your team and rise to the top to the ultimate high-speed championship. No gravity, no limits, just drive. Only the best will join the legend. Any coincidental similarities to other racing franchises are indeed coincidental, I'm sure. Um, anyway, so this game was assigned to the Golux for review, so over to him for the details.
So yeah, I have some issues with this game that I'm not sure if are personal or are performance on my computer or are the fact that I was playing it windowed for most of my time, which when I made it full it did work a little bit better. Um, but I was having kind of low frame rate in a way that would be well, first off, low frame
Oh
rate in a way
god.
that I, who does not normally care about that, noticed.
I was
And
having a
also
really
just
low framing. Oh, it's because it wants to be on ultra.
it wants to be on what?
Ultra on my computer, ultra quality.
Okay. So you can go with Petty's footage to see if that, you know, agrees with your estimation or not. Um, but also, this game is clearly, like, vibes-wise, going for, like, F-Zero style thing. Um, it is pretty high speed. You have... In the career mode, you don't have a whole lot of choices, but you can upgrade your vehicle between missions once you start doing well enough to do that, which I never did. Bear in mind, I'm not great at racing games. This feels like it's more of a kart racer than a simulation racer because there's a lot of uh, unusual. There's a lot of loop-to-loops and kind of terrain and stuff, and you do get like Mario Kart style power-ups. Most of which
That'd put
shut
it
that
closer to
most,
Wipeout.
huh?
That'd put it closer in trajectory to Wipeout. Wipeout's
Maybe.
the futuristic. It's the futuristic racer with weapons.
Maybe. Yeah, like I said, I don't know a whole ton about racing games. It's clearly going for that vibe, though. In arcade mode, there are like 6 or 8 different vehicles, of which each one has 3 different like speed levels, is I guess what they call them on the race thing. But the stats of the vehicles actually significant. It's kind of like the equivalent of different CC ratings in a kart game, I guess. Excuse me. But the vehicles are actually visually significantly different. And I did try out one of the higher ends, and you're definitely, even as you feel it, you're going faster. That said, um, excuse me, I am still coughing. I got another fucking cold because my mom brought home a cold from my sister's house again. Um, where was I? Oh yeah, so that you do go faster. Um, this game is like hard. Um, which I feel like you want to be able to like easily at least place in the earlier tracks of a career mode or something. Admittedly, if I'd been hitting all of the boost things and not banging into the walls all the time, I probably could have done that. But uh that is not within my realm of Control aptitude? Also, at least 2 of the power-ups are weird. That virus one that Petty just got allegedly gives you full turbo for as much as you want, or gives you full boost power or something. But then it has a like crash if you don't fucking hit someone, which is hard if you're, way far behind.
Yeah.
And there's also a kamikaze one that surrounds you with an EMP, but if you don't get other people in that EMP in a short amount of time, it takes out your thing the same as if you'd run over one of the EMP mines or gotten hit with an EMP missile. So yeah, those are the main. Like it does even in career mode, even if you're not doing well, it gives you some um goals that you can try to complete to gain. I know probably currency that you might be able to use for things, but I was like, even with well-timed autopilot power-ups, I was winning. I was getting in like 8th place out of 12 or 13, whichever, which is not great.
Oh, is there even a tutorial mode?
There is not that I could
Oh,
find, and that
fuck.
is I was going to complain about that because the controlling in this is a little bit weird. Since you're like hover flying, it feels like your traction is really bad.
Which, I mean, makes
And
sense.
in addition to left and right on the stick, and there you can also turn the camera with the right stick, but you probably have your right thumb on the gas most of the time. You can also use the trigger buttons to bank, which is kind of like a sharp turn. But it took a really hard time to get the hang of that, and I really could have used like I don't expect everything to tutorialize as well as Kirby Air Riders because Sakurai is insane about that kind of thing.
Right.
But something where it's just like, hey, here's your thing. This would be a good time to try to use your bank to try to make a sharper turn.
Or
Try to
even
follow the
just that,
line
hey,
here.
this is your first time you've played this. Would you like a tutorial to show you how to play?
Yeah, no, it's even the career mode is basically the arcade mode, except you save stuff up to earn upgrades, and you don't get character select. I think you do get to choose. I think you can buy more carts in career mode, or vehicles.
Like, I don't think every time they should be yelling at you to, bank the turn or whatever, but at least for your first time playing, probably give you a guided tutorial at least once. Hello?
Golux? Did we lose
Sorry,
him?
I was coughing and forgot to unmute.
Okay.
Anyway, you seem like you're doing a little bit better than I was, but even you're not having no trouble not banging into things.
Yeah. This plays
And when you're
kind of like
close up to the
Wipeout on the
guys, it's harder.
360.
And when there's other players in range, it's harder because you can bang into them too.
Right.
I did not play any multiplayer. I didn't see if there was any online. I didn't really look. But when you do arcade mode, it does offer split screen multiplayer.
Hmm.
For I guess if you have 2 players. So, yeah. Also there are, I think, only 12 tracks and only this like 6 or 8 vehicles. I think it's 6 with the 3 different levels. So there's not a whole lot of variations here. And there's like 8 or 10 power-ups. Let's see, you got your kamikaze, your boost, your shield, your virus, your missile, your mine. The fucking airstrike. So yeah, I think it's 8. I think I'm missing one. And you can read write-ups on like the lore and stuff and what the power-ups do in the codex section, but that's really all there is in terms of like information. You know?
Yeah.
So I feel like there's not a whole ton of substance here. But the style is nice and it didn't feel too bad to control. I guess one of the important questions is, Adam, how much were they charging for this?
Let me see. $13.
Okay, that's not too bad. Oh, I will add, some of the later maps are the races are kind of long, like 4+ minute laps that you're doing 3 of.
Mm.
And I don't think I was doing so badly that I was like minutes behind everyone else. So be aware of that. It took me a lot longer to get through the 2/3 of the story mode, because it's divided into 3 planets that have 3 or 4 stages each. Is it only 9? It might only be 9. I thought it was 12 stages. Well, whatever.
And
There's not a
also
ton
worth
of
noting.
Huh?
Also worth noting, no DLC packs for this.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, and it does seem to be performing better on Petty's than it was on mine. So some of it was probably
I turned my graphics down to low.
that might have been a good idea for me. I didn't think of it. So, mind your settings, I guess.
It
If
is
you do
using
try it
Unreal
out.
Engine.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not great at like customizing game settings.
No, I get it, because you're mostly console, so...
Yeah,
It,
and I know my computer's graphics card is not super new.
and good luck
But
getting
yeah,
a new one in this day and
there's not a
age.
ton here, but it's not too bad. So yeah, I would give this a soft recommend, I guess. I think that's about all I got before I collapse coughing.
Well, and I guess...
Metaphorically, not literally.
Well, and I guess it also depends as how much of this game you want to try and learn yourself is the biggest issue here.
Yeah, that's true. You're gonna want to be able to practice it, and like if you are a self-driven learner of racing games,
Mm-hmm.
uh, then that would help. And don't expect to do well without practice.
Yeah.
I think that's about all I got, though.
All right, then. So that'll about do it for Millennium Runners here. Be sure to tune in after the break as we review No Players Online.